Welcome to another episode of Single Ladies Cooking. I am your host, Elizabeth Baines, and I am here today with another great episode full of delicious recipes and fun conversations. So today I have another young lady who I met doing a show, and I tell you, she is so sweet. She is light and she is vegan. So today you're going to enjoy a meal or a recipe rather, that is a little different from what we're used to. So let me introduce you to my good friend, Devin Foster.
Hey y'all.
Hey Devin, how are you?
I'm great.
Well, I'm happy you came on to the show today.
Thank you for inviting me.
So what are we making today?
So today, we're just gonna be making a real basic, a real easy veggie stir fry. I'm not sure where the accent just came from. We're gonna come back though.
That's okay, a veggie stir fry.
Yes. Know how it be, y'all.
Okay.
You in a hurry or you just ain't feeling like cooking and you ain't been to the grocery store, so you just want to throw something together. That's what we're doing today. Veganism is easy. Excuse me, let me plug real quick. People think it's hard and expensive, but it doesn't have to be. It's all what you make it. Everything that you see me cooking with today, I got for the low, and it was already in my house, okay? So let's get to it.
Let's get to it. So what are our first steps?
So here's what I settled on. Okay, so I had some frozen veggies in the freezer. I recommend using fresh veggies for your stir fry. They'll be all crisp and all that good stuff. But if you don't have any fresh veggies on hand, head to the freezer. By the way, I got these at my local Dollar Tree. Okay. We're gonna do some asparagus as well.
Okay.
Also got at my local Dollar Tree.
Come on, Dollar Tree.
Yes, and we're going to do a little teriyaki sauce, which I was running out, but look what I had in my freezer. Okay, teriyaki sauce. We love to see it.
A spare one.
So we're trying a new one today because it's not my usual, but it's gonna be good anyway. Amen. Next step, I'm going to just put some butter in this pan because y'all know we like to cook with butter. This is some Earth Balance. It's vegan butter and it is soy free. Amen.
Cool.
Y'all shut up. Don't act like y'all don't be using a whole bunch of butter when you cook.
We love some good butter.
Still a work in progress, okay?
Okay, we love butter.
I'm gonna pop in some of this frozen asparagus.
Pop it in. Boom, boom.
However much you like. A little razzle dazzle. And mixed veggies, we're just gonna pour that in there. The rest of the bag. And I have some kale, but the kale does not take as long to steam as everything else does. So I'm just gonna kind of move that around and add butter a little bit.
So we're just stirring it up?
Yes, just a little slight toss or whatever you like to call it. Then we're going to season it a little bit because who likes bland food? Not us, okay.
Not black people, baby.
Okay, because you will get completely embarrassed.
You get roasted.
Okay, this is a table blend that I found at my local grocery store. It's salt-free, seasoned with salt-free seasonings, y'all. You can have great tasting food, and you don't have to have hypertension and high blood pressure. Amen, amen.
Okay, yes. We don't like no seasonless food. Vegan don't mean seasonless.
Come on, sis, preach. Tell the people. Tell them. They don't know.
So that was pepper, black pepper?
That was black pepper.
Cool.
Also found at your local grocery store. We're just gonna put a little bit more of that in there because a little turmeric. Y'all need this in your life. Get it. I'll be up here thinking I'm Auntie Tab, y'all. So like that, you guys.
Lights out like that.
This is just a little onion powder.
Yeah.
And did I put garlic in here? Sometimes I forget if I put something in there or not, but it's okay because you know what? These seasonings don't have salt in them, so it's okay if you do a little bit too much. It's not gonna ruin your meal. Stir that up some more like this.
Boom, boom, boom.
It's definitely seasoned because I can smell it. And so while this is happening, I'm boiling water because in my stir fry sometimes, I like to pasta, okay? But don't make that a regular thing because it's gonna show up in your midsection and on your thighs and stuff like that. But every now and then, a little pasta ain't hurt nobody. Not the white pasta, get you some wheat pasta or some pasta that's made out of veggies, like some lentil pasta or some chickpea pasta. This is the pasta we're gonna use today. I found this at my local Asian market. So yeah, but whatever pasta you have on hand, this is what I had. Amen. Pause. Alright, so these noodles I'm just going to pop in the water. I do them last because they cook really quickly. Totally forgot about the kale though, so let me toss that in real quick. It happens. We're just gonna let that cook down a little bit, and honestly, you can really just stop there with your seasonings. You don't really need a sauce, but vegans like sauce, so we're gonna do a sauce. I'm just gonna pour this in this bowl, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of the coconut. This is coconut aminos. It's basically like soy sauce without the soy and the MSG, okay? So we're just gonna, so it's better for you, but you don't want to use too much because, you know, it's still a little sodium in there. And we don't want too much of that. And so then we're just going to pour just a little bit of water in there. I love to make a sauce on the fly without tasting stuff. So, you know, I'm always, you know, down for a little surprise. I probably got a little bit too much water in here. And I'm just gonna take these noodles off the heat, and I don't want to overcook them. So
I'm a one-woman cameraman, y'all, so just deal with it, okay?
and I'm gonna try not to drop them. Hot. So we're done. That's it. So I'm gonna plate it, and we'll be right back.
Hey, y'all. So we are at the table. This is the dish.
Yes, we got a little veggie stir fry with noodles and without noodles.
Yes.
Whatever you think.
Some of y'all know I can't eat wheat, but for those who don't know, no, your girl can't eat wheat. But I'm still ready to eat this. Okay, this concoction.
That's
all right.
what it is, sis.
Ready to get into it?
Let's get into it. Yep, I like that. I'm all right with that. You like that?
This is good.
We love to see it. So, what did you say about the vegan dish?
It's good.
Yes.
What type of dilemmas have you had in your relationship?
Girl, ooh, I got stories for days, but I won't tell them all.
Tell one. Yeah. Give us a little tea time.
So I'll say for me, there's the one guy, of course he was a little older than me, a little bit more experienced in life, but then we also had completely different backgrounds. Like, you know how, like, you know, they be saying like the wrong side of the tracks. He was definitely from the wrong side of the tracks, okay? No offense to those of you who may have grew up on the wrong side of the tracks, but
that
here,
wasn't for you.
that wasn't for you. But if it hits you, just say ouch, and let's move on. Definitely that caused a huge like rift in our relationship because we looked at love completely different.
Ooh.
And so one with him having already experienced so much, the way I was raised, I was really sheltered. So I was naive. And so to be naive and dating somebody who's older than you and somebody who's had to hustle like their whole life and they had not always had, he was raised on survival, whereas I was raised on love. So we viewed the world completely different, and it caused a lot of drama. Like, we fought all the time. It was always his fault. He was crazy. But y'all know how these crazy dudes be gaslighting us. They know they wrong, but then they want to make you think that you wrong when you call them out on it, no matter how gently you do it, and they make you think that you wrong. And somehow you end up apologizing because you're young and a little dumb. That's kind of how it went for me. And my friends would be like, yo, sis, like, what? But I was young. I didn't know no better. Insecurities and things that he would have, like, I didn't have, and I didn't understand because I didn't grow up, you know, in that environment. And I'm just like,
it's so hard to get along with insecure men.
Yeah, horribly hard. And especially if you're not like a super insecure person, or you a little pretty, and you got a little personality on you, baby.
So what do you think is the reason why you wanted an older man?
Girl, I don't know. One, because I've always felt like I was a little bit more mature than guys my age.
Right.
Which is a thing with women being more mature than men. And so that's always been a thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even when I was like in high school, I liked guys that were older than me. So, you know, like it's just been like a whole like, you know, like when I was a kid, like I didn't have regular crushes. My crushes were preachers, okay? Preachers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is.
You said you didn't have regular crushes.
I didn't.
Because your crushes were preachers.
Yeah, y'all see
So,
it like
give them a little background so they know what you mean by that.
What you mean?
Like, your crushes was a preacher because you were a PK kid.
I mean, that could have something to do with it too. And the fact that I just
But
felt
you
like
were
it
just
was
like,
fine.
so
But
you were saying like you were in church a lot, and so you ran into a lot of men that you thought was fine.
girl, you know the church be having them. They be in there.
They do, but sometimes they not always.
But they be horrible. Horrible. You be thinking that the worst ones be the ones in the world, baby.
You know, they be in the church, but they, you know.
Nothing on that church ass boy.
Nothing against it. I just don't go that way. All right. And
well, see, I wasn't even going down that route. It's slim.
They be
niggas in there.
handsome.
It's
They be
slim
well
niggas in there,
dressed.
'cause they either F-boy or they, you know, they not
they
looking
either
for you.
smashing through all the women, or they looking at the opposite sex, and or the same sex for them. But it's like, for me, I feel like they're not real. Like, you have to get you a man in the world. Like, not in the world as in like, you know, someone who doesn't believe in what you believe. But like, you gotta meet him at like the gas station or your job or like the grocery store. Like, you can't meet him at the church because something might be a little. You might have 6 baby mamas and they all in the same church. Okay?
I ain't gonna say that's all of them. Definitely some of them.
It's a big majority.
I know some of them. But it ain't all of them. I do know some good guys that are in church. That's just not what I'm looking for. But there are some good ones in there. So, you know, if that's what you're looking for, baby, keep hope alive. But keep your eyes open. Don't be no fool, honey. Well, what the old people say, don't take no wooden nickels. All right.
See what you see and know what you know. Do you feel like being with the older man made you unequally yoked because you're, like, what you wanted out of life were just two different things? Like, he was ready to settle down and you were ready to, like, build. Or do you think that there's more to it?
I definitely think there's more to it, but I will, and honestly, I don't even think it's just because I think age definitely does, you know, have an effect on that. Because obviously, if he's older, then a lot of the stuff that I'm wanting to do, he's already had that phase. He's already done that stuff, or made a decision to bypass that, whatever the case may be. So, I mean, age does play a factor, but I think ultimately it comes down to really what a person wants in life. Because there's a lot of people, you know, our age and younger that are like, hey, I'm ready to settle down. I want to have my babies. That's it. And that's cool. Nothing wrong with it if that's what you want. But, you know, I'm a star. So, it is what it is.
That's why you got to sit down and talk about what you want.
Honestly, like, being unequally yoked is more than just, you know, what your spiritual beliefs are. Yes, they have a huge, you know, impact, I guess, on how you choose to live your life depending on what you believe, but it's really what you want out of life and what kind of future you want, what kind of legacy you want to build. You might want to make sure that Bae is on the same page and not just assume that because y'all love each other it's going to work out, because one thing I've learned in dealing with men, love is not enough. Like, you have to have more than love. Like, y'all have to have something else in common, because baby, it's gonna be some days when you like, I love you, I don't even like you, get up out my face. Like, y'all gotta have some other type of compatibility.
And that's why I don't understand when people like rush into marriage, because I think about it like, you're not really ready. Like, you don't know the difficulties that come with marriage. Like, you really have to be willing to sacrifice and give like everything. Like, you like that person this year, you may like them next year, but the year after that you might not like them. But guess what? You already made a commitment, so you need to love them through their process until they continue to grow, heal, mature, whatever the case may be. And like, that's not easy.
Exactly. Every relationship comes with its own
challenges.
And people are gonna change as time moves on, and so you don't want to
But
add
change is not bad.
incompatibility to that. Yeah, change doesn't have to be bad, but it does happen, and sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, if y'all weren't compatible from the start, it's kind of like, what are you gonna do when life gets challenging?
Wow.
What are you gonna do when they were already not what you really wanted, and now that they've changed as they've gotten older, they really not what you
got
want.
to go into it knowing what you want.
That part.
Knowing what they want, and seeing can y'all go together.
Exactly.
And that's the beautiful thing about your journey into singleness and figuring out your life, figuring out your world. Amen.
Get to know you, honey.
Get to know you.
That's what this time is for.
Yes, girl, because you can do that now. Pick up a new career, a new hobby, something.
Find out what you really like, what you really desire. Like, if nothing was stopping you, nobody was holding you back, you know, nobody was giving you their opinion, what would you be doing? What would you want out of life? Be honest about yourself. Like, I realized, you know what, I'm a little stubborn. I probably don't need nobody that's gonna go head to head with me. I'm stubborn.
Girl,
and I don't
you don't
like
need
to
nobody
argue,
going
really.
like. It's okay if guys want to give like feedback or like say things, but the thing is how you do it and how you say it.
That's true.
You can say like, "Hey, babe, have you thought about this?" or "Have you thought about that?" Instead of being like, "Do this and do that." Personality types need to be considered.
That's important too
when you're going into this. So.
Absolutely, and because I've had both ends of the spectrum. You find a nice gentle way to put that to me, and it's well received because of how he said it. And even if I couldn't take it in that moment, you know what I'm saying, I was able to come back because like and
be like, babe, you was right when you said that. Oh my God.
Exactly. That's a thing. Like
that be us though. Don't it be us?
Like
we be mad like, okay, I hear you. And then when we figure it out, we be like, so you know earlier when you was like, yeah, that was right though, because actually I had like, and you be feeling like dumb, but then he be so sweet and you feel safe.
And he be like, it's okay, but and that's you. And I'm glad you said safe. That is one of the things that matters most to me. Is feeling safe. And so if he don't,
I need you to beat up people that's trying to come against me. I'm sorry.
I need him to be able to protect me physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And so if I'm not in a safe space completely when I'm with him, I ain't with him. And that's on period. That's a deal breaker.
That's why it's good to be going out with like people on your dates and stuff like that, because you get to see how they act in public. And if they not like, you know, protecting you, or if they don't open your doors, or if they don't pull out your chair and stuff like I don't know, like if I don't feel like you are there to cover me, period, then I don't want to be with you, because I could be out by myself without you.
That part. If I go out with a guy and he doesn't like make sure I'm on the inside of this sidewalk when we walking, I'm looking at him like, oh, this probably not gonna work out. Or if like we go somewhere and he sits with his back to the door, I'm like, so you don't need to know what's going on.
I mean, you could have just angled it out, brother, and set to the side.
You know
you just gonna be totally to the door.
So you just in here completely oblivious to what's going on around you. When I'm with a dude, I don't know why I'm this way, guys, but I just like to be reckless sometimes. Way. So like I'll be like, if I'm with you and I gotta look before I cross the street, baby, you not it. Cause I'm just gonna, if I'm with you, I'm just gonna walk because I trust that you got me. That's how safe I need to feel with you. Like I don't know if no car is coming today, cause I know, baby, I walk, baby, the car coming. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what my bad gonna choke you out, my bad. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's how safe I need to feel with babe, for real. Period.
Well, you know what? That's the word for today, you guys. Safe. If he don't make you feel that way, you may want to check the relationship.
Next. Okay. On to the next, baby.
But thank you for being on my show today.
Thank you, Devin.
You have just made me laugh, honey. Just tickled me, okay? This food was good. This recipe was delicious. I'm going to post it to my blog where you can check it out for yourself. Thank you, Devin. You can find her on Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
I am Devin F, and that's Devin with an I.
Okay, y'all. Well, we'll see y'all next week. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Love you, ladies. Bye.